It just wouldn't be fitting if we didn't give the affirmative action press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre a proper send-off. You ready? Let's do it. So, a couple of years ago, we were blessed, maybe cursed, by Jen Psaki, who presented to us her replacement, who would be the affirmative action Karine Jean Pierre. And so Karine Jean Pierre had this to say in her acceptance speech days before becoming the new press secretary. Here she goes.
Wow, I'm still processing it because, as Jen said at the top, this is a historic moment and it's not lost on me. I understand how important it is for so many people out there, so many different communities that I stand on their shoulders, and I have been throughout my career. And so it is an honor and a privilege to be behind this podium in about a week or so when Jen is ready. And that is something that I will honor and do my best to represent this president and this first lady the best that I can, but also the American people. And so it is, it's a very emotional day. That's probably the best way that I can explain that. A very emotional day.
Just taking in that short clip of her, preparing to take on this job, you could really tell that she was not prepared for this, that she was very uncomfortable up there, that I don't even think she belonged there. Not because she black, not because she negro, not because she lesbian, not because she homosexual, not because she any of these things, but because she just doesn't have the credentials that it takes to be the White House press secretary. She just doesn't have it. And I just saw that in that clip. Did you? Hello, friend. Welcome to the Conservative Poet with me, Amania, or welcome back. Here on the channel, we talk everything politics. So if you're back, then you must enjoy the content, and I'm happy to have you back. And if you're here for the first time, welcome, and I'm happy that you are here. So, but both do me a favor, hit that like, share, comment button because it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. It tells YouTube that you enjoy the content. So participate in this democracy and like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you very much. God bless you. So here is how Corinne Jean Pierre was presented to we the people. Jen Psaki presented her with all of her infinity stones of wokeness, her lesbianism, her black color, her alleged vagina, her um what is it? Her immigration. It's just too many and I can't think of them all. But here it is. This is how the affirmative action Corinne Jean Pierre was first presented to us via the white liberal woman.
First, as you all know, she will be the first Black woman, the first out LGBTQ plus person to serve in this role, which is amazing because representation matters, and she is going to. She will give a voice to so many and allow and show so many what is truly possible when you work hard and dream big, and that matters. And we should not. We should celebrate that.
I really would have liked to know that she had qualifications that would permit her to be such a powerful entity in a government administration. But as Jen Psaki stated, the only things that really mattered is what she looked like, who she rubs with, and where she came from. Outside of that, talent isn't needed. Thinking quickly on your feet isn't needed. And with that, all you have to do is be a propagandist for the administration, and we will be all good. And so, as we have seen over the years, Karine Jean-Pierre has done just that. We're going to take a monologue of some of her key moments as we send her off into the sunset. I hope. I hope! Friends, today is February 2nd. Our Valentine's Day campaign is on the way. We've got some goodies, some really great merch for you to check out right there. On the job wasn't to prove that she belonged. No, it was to prove that she didn't belong, because she couldn't present her credentials, but what she could present is that she's a Negro girl, is that she's a daughter of immigrants, that she rubs vaginas, and she's allegedly a woman, a female. These are the reasons she's up there, not necessarily for anything else. And our boy Tucker Carlson is going to play that just a little bit, just to bring it home that this is not about we, the American people, and you serving the American people. Nope, it's about me. It's about me being whatever it is I am with all of these infinity stones, because now I am breaking glass ceilings, because now I am the first of whatever it is to be the first. So, Tucker, take it. Tucker, take it.
Here were her first words from the podium.
I am obviously acutely aware that my presence at this podium represents a few firsts. I am a Black, gay, immigrant woman, the first of all three of those to hold this position.
So that was a little confusing. It wasn't actually about America, it was about her, but still, we learned that Karine Jean-Pierre is a Black lesbian, the first ever in history, she reminded us, to hold this particular job. Listen carefully. That shattering you hear in the background, it's 1,000 glass ceilings cracking simultaneously into millions of tiny pieces and then being swept by the custodians of tomorrow into the trash bin of bigotry and hate. Soon they'll be trucked to a landfill and buried. It's a new day, America. How do you feel? You still can't afford to have your refrigerator fixed or go to the dentist. On the other hand, Karine Jean-Pierre has good news for you about herself.
Press Secretary, can you explain to us where is it that President Joe Biden and his documents situation, because we're finding documents all over the country and we're wondering where else can we find more documents of what Joe Biden has brought home when he was senator, when he was vice president. Can you explain to us, Madam Secretary, all about the documents? It's all about the documents.
It is, again, an ongoing process. We're going to respect the process. As the president said, his team handled it the right way. When the president's lawyers realized that the documents existed, that they were there, they reached out to the archives. They reached out to the Department of Justice.
Is the president confident that there are no additional documents with classified markings that remain in any other additional locations?
Look, I can just refer you to what his team said. The search is complete. He is confident in this process.
Were you or any member of your staff involved in the crafting of a strategy as to when this disclosure should be made in advance of CBS News breaking the story on Monday evening?
No.
When did you learn about the documents found at the Penn Center in November and in Wilmington in December?
When your team was doing a story on it.
Did you not know on Friday that those documents had been found when you were at the podium, or are you being directed by someone to not be forthcoming on this issue?
I have been forthcoming from this podium. What I said yes to was what the statement at the time that we all had, right? You all had the statement, and I was repeating what the council was sharing at that time.
Every few days, it seems we are finding that more documents have been found at his house.
What I'm telling you is what the president has said, which is he takes this very seriously.
Why didn't the president go public on November 2nd when he found out from his lawyers that classified documents were found in the
I would refer you to the White House counsel, who has put out a statements on this.
Is there a reason that 2 of the searches were disclosed and not the search of the Penn Biden Center?
Again, I'm going to refer you to the White House counsel's office. When you have a legal matter, as you know, I know you understand this, things change and things move very, very quickly. And so I've continued to provide the information that I have had at the time, and I will continue to do that.
This is affirmative action at work. This, Karine Jean-Pierre. This is what happens when you are not prepared, when you are not qualified for something, but yet it is given to you anyway. Is this their way of letting this person fall on their face and failing? And then they call it, oh, she's doing a great job. But she has no answers. She's not very talented, and she has no real answers. You want to take a look at this. Take a look at Karine Jean-Pierre with her answers.
So I'm just going to refer you to the Department of Justice. On your second question, I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. Again, I would refer you to the White House counsel's office. I'm not going to comment from here on that. I would refer you to the White House counsel. I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
President Biden went to his house in Wilmington. What was he doing in there?
I would refer you to the White House counsel office.
So it was something relating to this case?
I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
Okay. We know the president did it. Why did he do it?
I would refer you to the White House counsel's office.
You know, it's almost painful, isn't it? Have you ever seen anything like this before, Guy?
No, she's not good at her job. She's never been good at this job, but she's even worse now because she has nothing to offer. Part of that is her fault because she's not terribly talented and can't sort of deliver answers in a roundabout way that makes it seem like she's saying something. Her predecessor was much better at that. But also, they're not giving her any real facts to help.
I wanted to ask about the trial going on in Arkansas with Hunter Biden and the child support. Are the president and first lady monitoring that? And how come they haven't acknowledged the 7th grandchild?
I'm not going to speak to that from here.
Why not?
Go ahead.
Please, Pittsburgh! Nothing to see here.
There were so many points during her time that people got so frustrated with her non-answers, and you are the mouthpiece of the president. You are the mouthpiece. But she never has any answers. And some people were frustrated. And there were times when it seems like they were going to blow it out. They were going to duke it out in the press room. Yeah, they did.
Right behind you, okay?
Thank you. This is related to the situation in the House. But is it the view of the White House that the Gang of Eight has an intelligence Gang of Eight that receives the top level briefings from the executive branch has 8 members, or is the Speaker pro tem, Mr. McHenry, getting the security briefings at the very top level, or are there effectively only 7 members with the Speaker being vacant?
I would refer you to this the Speaker pro tem. I don't have that information for you. I would just refer you to his office. All right, I'm going to
haven't called on me in 2 seasons, Karine.
And not calling on you today. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, sir.
You should be ashamed
Go
of
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
That shows
Go ahead.
disrespect to a free and
Go
independent
ahead.
media. It's a blacklist,
I'm gonna
one of our country's largest and most widely read newspapers, Karine. That shows contempt for a free and independent press.
Go ahead. I'm calling on somebody who I haven't called in a long time as well. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Here is the madame explaining once again that what you're seeing is really cheap fakes. What you're seeing, don't believe your lying eyes. Joe Biden? No, he's not fumbling and mumbling everywhere. Nope, those are just gaffes. Joe Biden, he's not sleeping on the job. Nope, that's your lying eyes. They are all cheap fakes. And if you don't believe me, here's Karine Jean-Pierre to explain it. Cheap fakes.
And I think you all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith, and some of your news organization have been very clear, have stressed that these the right-wing critics of the president have a credibility problem because of the fact checkers have repeatedly caught them pushing misinformation, disinformation, and so we see this, and this is something coming from your part of the world, calling them cheap fakes and misinformation.
The propaganda queen continues to go on. Here she is as she explains about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and the pardon. Nope, he's never going to pardon his son.
The fact is, when you think about how the president got to this decision, circumstances have changed. They have. Republicans said they weren't going to let up, weren't going to stop. Recently announced Trump appointees for law enforcement have said on the campaign that they were out for retribution, and I think we should believe their words, right? We should believe what they say. I know what I said. I know what the president said. That is where we were at the time. That is where the president was at the time. I am his spokesperson. This weekend, he thought about it. He wrestled with it. He wrestled with it and made this decision. That's what I can tell the American people.
So friends, we could go on and on and on with this video, dropping all kinds of interesting, loving Karine Jean-Pierre clips, but then we'd be here forever. That's how much garbage she has that we could find. But we're going to leave it there. But what I would like to say here, now, I was thinking about being that we have a new press secretary, Miss Caroline Levitt. We have a new press secretary. She debuted this week, and I watched her first debut, and I thought, you know what, it would make a great video to sort of maybe put on my Karine Jean-Pierre hat or wig, whatever, and sort of portray her watching the new press secretary, you know, kind of a parody kind of thing. So here's the old Karine Jean-Pierre watching a press secretary where adults are back in the podium, where we actually have somebody talking about things that's not about themselves, that's not about who they sleep with, that's not about, you know, all of these things that Karine Jean-Pierre would do, and who actually has facts and who's talented, you know? They can actually come behind the podium and actually deliver. So if you would like to see that video, the only way I'm making it is if I get some yeses in the comment. So if I don't get any yeses, I'm not doing it. But I would like to. I think it would be fun to just sit here and watch the new press sec and pretend to be Karine Jean-Pierre watching, you know. That would be fun. Anyway, let me know in the comments. I am going to leave you with the final words from the Affirmative Action Press Secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, on her last day as the press sec. As she moves on to better pastures, we're going to say, adios, Karine Jean-Pierre. I'm sure she'll be getting a job on MSNBC somewhere. We'll see her, I'm sure.
I want to thank my parents. Growing up as an immigrant family in New York, they never imagined their daughter would be standing here today. They work day and night to give me every opportunity possible. I can't thank them enough. And to my parents, sorry I didn't become a doctor, but hopefully this is okay. And to my lovely, amazing daughter, you have gone too many nights without me being around, and without me being there for school drop-offs, and without your mama around. And I can't wait to spend more time with you. I call her my pudding, so I can't wait to spend more time with you, pudding. Thank you for your love and support and your patience. And finally, I do want to say thank you to President Biden and First Lady Dr. Biden for this incredible opportunity. As I said earlier, standing at this podium behind this lectern, serving the American people and this administration has been an honor of a lifetime. And I will be forever grateful to the president for his trust and this amazing opportunity.
She didn't didn't become a doctor. She became a propagandist. Karine Jean-Pierre, the affirmative action propagandist.